friends. Today I'm going to tell you the story of a woman doctor who was not only known for her beauty and honesty, but also carried a deep, unspoken pain in her heart. This is the story of Emily Williams, who lived in a small town called Lancaster. In Pennsylvania, USA, this town was famous for its rich history and the lively spirit of its local community. Emily was a heart specialist, admired not just for her skills as a doctor, but also for her kindness and her habit of sharing the struggles of the poor. She had made a promise in her town: no one in need would ever leave her empty-handed. This vow made her a legend in Lancaster. Whether someone asked for clothes, money, or shoes, Emily helped everyone. But one day a beggar tried to take advantage of her generosity. At first, he came daily for money, but slowly, his demands changed. He made a request so shocking that even Emily was stunned. Yet bound by her promise, she couldn't say no. The beggar exploited her vulnerability and got what he had wanted for years. Let's dive into this astonishing story and uncover its details. Right in the heart of Lancaster stood an old chapel, where crowds gathered every evening. The sound of bells and the spiritual atmosphere made the place special. Every morning at 7, Emily would visit the chapel, pray, and give some money to a beggar sitting by the main gate. This beggar was always in tattered clothes, his face covered in dust, with a deep sadness in his eyes. He never spoke much, just bowed his head and thanked Emily quietly. From the outside, Emily's life seemed perfect: a big hospital, respect in the community, and a peaceful home. But deep inside, she carried a heavy sorrow. Her husband, Jack Williams, had passed away 2 years ago in a car accident. His death had broken her from within, but she buried her pain and devoted herself to serving her patients and finding solace in her faith. One rainy day, as Emily was leaving the chapel after her prayers, the beggar spoke to her for the first time. His voice was deep and emotional. "Ma'am, will you marry me?" he said. Emily froze. She looked at him closely. There was no hint of jest or madness on his face. With a light chuckle, she said, "Oh, you say the strangest things. Take this money and stay out of the rain." But this time, the beggar refused the money. He just looked into Emily's eyes and then quietly lowered his head. That day, Emily went to the hospital, but her mind kept replaying the incident. Was this beggar really that simple? Why did something in his eyes remind her of Jack? The next day, when Emily tried to give him money again, he refused once more. He said, "Ma'am, I can do something for you. Just give me a chance." Emily felt a flash of anger, but the beggar's confidence made her pause. He told her about a major drug smuggling ring operating in the town, and said he could reveal its location. Emily thought it sounded like a joke, but she passed the information to an old patient of hers, Police Inspector Eric Hale. The next day, Eric told her they had raided the location the beggar described and busted a huge drug smuggling operation, recovering a massive stash of drugs. Emily was stunned. How could a simple beggar have such accurate information? She decided to go back to the chapel the next day to talk to him. There he was, sitting by the gate as usual. Emily asked, "How did you know such precise details? Who are you, really?" The beggar, who introduced himself as James, smiled and said, "I'm just what you see, but I know this town better than you do." There was a mystery in his words. Over the next few days, James gave Emily accurate information about several crimes in the town, and every time, his tips proved true. Emily no longer saw him as just a beggar. She started trying to understand him, instead of giving him money. She now sat with him, talking. Sometimes, James's words reminded her of Jack. One day he said, "Ma'am, you used to love drinking coffee on the chapel steps, didn't you?" Emily was speechless, frozen in shock.